What's up, everyone? I'm Jay.
I'm Colin.
And this is Star Wars Conversations. Hey, how's it going, Colin?
Yeah, it's going really good. Really
Had a good week.
Very good week. A bit tiring, but I was tired after all my past couple of weekends of comic conventioning and film cons and stuff. So just went back to work for a little rest, to be honest.
And having a break this weekend, it seems.
Yeah, this week's just a chill weekend, hopefully. Well, I think the missus has got a load of plans for tomorrow, but
okay.
But today we shall skive.
Yes. So you don't have any more conventions coming up anytime soon, or?
Well, I basically have no willpower because the next big one was going to be London Super Comic Con at the end of August.
Right.
But then I saw that Adam West was going to be at the London Film and Comic Con at the end of July, and he's on my list of one of the most important people in my life.
Definitely.
So basically, there were I got three big time people that I think are the most influential people in my childhood, which was Luke Skywalker, Captain Kirk, and Batman Adam West.
Right.
And so I've met Luke Skywalker, I've met William Shatner, and so now I've just got to do it. So I'm going to have to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to go.
Excellent. So what are you going to go as? Are you going to do a cardboard Batman?
Well, this is the thing, because
1960s Batman?
My thinking was cardboard 66 Robin, because I thought that would be the most funniest thing.
That would be good. You should do it.
I think so. The only thing is I'm going on a Friday and I'm going on my own at the moment. So there's going to be no one for me to share my amusement with. But I might just do it anyway.
There's all the photos afterwards, though. And, you know, the meet and greets that will take place when you're there. You know,
yes.
It's kind of worth it.
Well, I mean, the lineup for that show is amazing. I mean, you could sell your house and still not have enough money for it because, I mean, there's all the, there's like Luke Cage and Iron Fist. There's Battlestar Galactica lady, with people from Buffy. There's you name it, they're there. Doctor Who. There's so many people there. I'm just like, oh god. But I'm going to be extremely careful and probably only focus on Adam West.
There's one goal, isn't there? There's one main goal, and you'll probably get to see the others at other stuff. So
yeah, you've got to catch him while you can because he's getting on a bit.
It's his last UK appearance, apparently.
Really? Oh wow!
That's what it said.
Definitely got to meet him.
That's it. So I booked my photo shoot. Don't tell the wife. Anyway, let's not talk about me and Adam West. Let's talk about some Around the Rim news.
Yeah, around the rim, man. Around the rim.
Around the rim. Let's get around the rim.
Okay.
Okay.
It's no longer
What's happening around the rim?
Well, do you want to read out the stories then, and we'll go through them?
Yeah. Let me tell you. The first thing in the rim that I found was a look at Ahch-To sea creature. Ahch-To sea creature from The Last Jedi and new First Order design spoilers.
Yes, so this could be considered spoilerific if you don't want to see what characters look like and that kind of stuff. Now, have you had a chance to have a look at these, Colin?
I haven't looked at it.
Okay, so we're going to put a big spoiler warning here. These are both on StarWarsNewsNet.com, and there are some pictures, so I will put them up here. Go and check out the articles because it's awesome and it's worth having a look at. It seems that Noodle doesn't want us to talk about this.
She doesn't. She's not a fan of spoilers.
So, Star Wars Newsnet recently obtained some photos. So, back in May 2016, they reported on a sea creature while they were filming The Last Jedi, which was on Skeg Michael. There's actually Dunmore Head in Ireland. And
is it going to be similar to the sea creature in Phantom Menace?
No, it's not. Actually, it looks a bit more. I would say it's more similar to the Wampa in some ways. going by this picture. So they've received these pictures from a reliable source, and they've done a painting of what it will look like, because the creature in the pictures is in two parts. There's like the head and the body. So they said the size of it is estimated to be around 9 feet tall. That's 3 meters, and wide enough to fit 2 full-size men in there as like puppeteers. Right, so that's pretty big size for a creature. Obviously, like with effects, they could scale it up or down, so we don't really know how big it's going to be. But this puppet itself is that big, and so yeah, I think it looks quite similar to the Wampa. We don't know if it's just going to be a character in the background, like just sitting on the island, or if it's going to actually have some scenes where it does something. Or you remember, like in the Force Awakens, that sort of pig creature that's drinking out of the trough when Finn gets in, it just like knocks him out of the way. It could be like maybe a little comedy moment like that. But looking at it, I mean, the picture's either been up or it's up right now. The head, so it's white. It's got a long neck. It's kind of, it looks like it's furry. I mean, it is a painting, so it could not be furry. Its head kind of looks General Grievous-ish in this picture, and then it's got long arms and it's got like some flippers. Yeah?
It looks a bit like the Ghost Things from Revival comic. Have you read that?
Sorry,
Revival?
It looks like what?
The Ghost Things that are in the comic Revival.
Okay.
Read that by Mike Norton and Tim Seeley. A little bit. Obviously, they're not furry, but in terms of shape and design,
it may not be furry. I mean, this is a painting after all, so it could just be because of brush strokes and the way they've done his hands and everything. I mean, those could be flippers, you know.
Its face looks like the Punisher.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Punisher logo, right? So yeah. I mean, it is quite cool. I mean, it could be maybe they'll use the puppet, maybe they'll blend it with some CG. We don't know what kind of role it's going to have, but it's kind of cool to see a new alien.
Always cool for a new alien, man.
Yeah, so do you like that, Colin? Do you hope that it gets a bigger part, or do you...
I mean, I'm guessing it's not going to have a bit... I reckon it's just going to be a background creature.
You think, like, it'll just be one of these creatures, like, nesting on the island or something?
I don't think it's going to have any meaningful role.
Maybe like seals, like, just sort of, like, sitting there, you see a couple dive in or something, and...
I mean, look, this sort of thing is what makes the Star Wars so good. It makes the whole universe so rich, isn't it? It just has random things
just
like
wildlife.
That don't need to be explained, or you don't need to think, you know, they're there, and then you go, oh, that looks really cool, and then you move on, because there's something else really cool about Saturn.
Yeah. I mean, these could just be, because this one's not in the water, you know, they call it a sea creature, but it's sitting on the rock, so it could be like a seal or something, you know, they just feed around there or something, and like maybe they're in the background while Rey's training, for all you know.
Singing a Kiss by Rose, or Baby!
Right, yeah, definitely. Okay. So, there are also some other things that have leaked online. So, again, these are spoilers, and these are...
Let me tell you what this is.
Visual spoilers. So, this is the First Order.
The First Order thing. Yeah.
So what they've got here is the First Order, a red First Order guard. So they're kind of like the Royal Guards. That's
extreme, man.
Yeah, this is a weird painting. I mean, he's red. He's holding some kind of slicing weapon, as far as you can see. It's like an upper body picture only. You can see he's got armor on his shoulders. I don't really like the look of the helmet. I think it looks a little bit stupid.
It's rubbish.
Like, he's got this, it's like rectangle underneath with a round bit on top and like some kind of, like a bucket handle going over the top of it. So,
I wonder if that's like something that pulls down and probably actually something cool, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he becomes cooler. And it says that these are from Templo Jedi as clan, so that's who obviously got the leak. And then underneath that one, or next in line, we've got a First Order Stormtrooper officer. So we heard about some Stormtroopers that are going to be carrying some kind of axe-type weapons before. So this looks this is obviously concept art. So in this, it looks like he has that kind of weapon. It's got some electricity coming off it. looks exactly the same as a standard First Order Stormtrooper, except he's got a black bit of paint on the side of his helmet. He's got black shoulder pads and some black pockets on his belt. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't find this very exciting because I don't think that the First Order Stormtroopers look great personally. They don't really do a lot for me. Their body, their armour looks cool. I don't like their helmets so much.
Well, they do look like ducks, don't they?
Yeah, and that's it. I think they could have done more with that helmet because even when they came up with designs for the troopers in Rogue One, you know, the black ones and even the Scarif ones, like and tank commanders and all that, I thought their helmets looked cool, and I really liked that look. This one, you know.
I mean, I think he
looks cool with
it's sleek. I mean, like the First Order's trooper is basically sleek, isn't it? I think he looks cool.
Apple trooper.
And what?
An apple
An
trooper.
apple?
Like an eye trooper.
Oh,
An iPhone trooper. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it does look like he's been designed by Apple, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, this isn't exciting. This is non-news, I would imagine.
Well, it is a new look at a character, but they're just a commander. I mean, why didn't we see any of these in the previous one? Because, you know...
Because Captain Phasma was so good, they didn't need any others.
Yeah. Then, other than that, there's a look at the First Order AT-M6, which is the new AT-AT type vehicle, the Guerrilla Walker.
The Guerrilla ones.
I think they look pretty cool, man. You get a little
it reminds me of like Voltron or something.
Yeah.
Or the Thundercats tank.
Yes. Yeah, it is more like that. The Thunder tank.
But with long arms.
I mean, they're bigger than AT-ATs. I like that big gun on their back. That looks cool. And
yeah,
I mean, and so then they've got their feet, and then they look like they're walking on their knuckles, which unless they can stand up, like maybe they can rise up and do stuff like to climb or something. But I don't really see the point in having like hand feet instead of feet.
What I don't get is why would the First Order design that big ship thing to look like a monkey? Why? What do you think's going through their mind when they're thinking, oh, it'd be really cool if this looked more like an ape?
Yeah, you know, apes that we haven't confirmed that we have on our planet. They look like they're pretty cool. Yeah.
Why would they want things? I mean, because the AT-ATs didn't really look like a particular animal. They just because of the way that.
Dogs.
Yeah, but I don't think they were designed purposely to look like an animal, were they?
Well, they walked on all fours and had an animal-shaped body and
I don't know.
People call them camel walkers, but I think they look like dogs.
Well, yeah, I think they look more like dogs than anything else. But, well, I guess this looks really like they've drawn a face on it.
Yeah, it does.
And the feet look a little bit too on the.
Well, the back legs seem to bend a bit, so when it's walking, it is like how an ape is, like with the back legs bent a bit more, and then it's dragging its knuckles around.
Yeah. I don't think it looks very Star Wars.
I wonder if because of its shape, it can run fast. That'd be quite cool. It like pushes itself along with those arms and like just runs. That'd be pretty cool.
I think it's a really cool design. I just don't think it's Star Wars. Not from that blueprint.
I do. I mean, it just looks like an evolution from the last ships. What I wonder is why they would continue after, they've had the other ones tripped over all the time. It's like, hey, let's make more of those.
These definitely seem more nimble, don't they?
They do.
They look like they look like they could get out of a situation a bit easier.
I'm interested to see what they're like in the movie, and I hope that they, after going into so much design on them, I hope they do actually use them and use them a little bit differently than the AT-ATs. I hope they're not slow and lumbering. I want to see them like pelting it towards people, and they're like, oh man, these things are fast and they're big and dangerous, you know.
I really don't think that's Star Wars.
I do.
I'm not keen. I'm keen on design, just not keen for Star Wars.
Out of the three designs we've looked at here, I like this best of the three.
I like the design, I just don't think it's Star Wars.
If you look at the picture at the bottom, so the last one that we showed.
Yeah, that looks more... Yeah, that actually looks alright. It's those blueprint ones that don't look alright.
It's just like looking at it from a different angle. Then it looks Star Wars-y. It's all about the angles, my friend. It's all about the angles. Right, so let's get on to the next bit, because we don't want to be doing another 4-hour show. We already killed 15 minutes of it.
What? Okay, right. Well, the next thing that we found around the rim is a look at Donald Glover's Lando Tash.
Yep.
Fuerte Ventura filming.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that, Jamie, old chum.
So, well, first we'll do the Fuerte Ventura filming. So they've filmed in Fuerte Ventura for about a week, and then they're leaving there to come to England. And they left on the 27th of May. So there's some pictures, also on StarWarsNewsNet.com, of some of the props and stuff that were being used there for whatever scenes they were filming. And those are all being put on a big plane, a big like transport plane, moves to England now. I mean, when they filmed in Abu Dhabi and, for Jakku, it took them about 2 weeks. So we don't really know how much is filmed here, but, there could be quite a bit, but they got through it within a week. And then Woody Harrelson posted an Instagram picture of himself chilling out at a bar with Donald Glover. And Donald's got his Lando moustache going on.
Yeah, it does look like the Lando moustache as well. Yeah,
although interestingly enough, about only a few days ago, Donald took a photo with a fan while he was in Italy on his way to Spain, and he didn't have the moustache; it was just stubbly, So I'm guessing he hasn't.
And this is still. Oh, it's also in the same article.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he hasn't had like a ton of scenes there, or whatever they've done. They've maybe they CG'd it on.
Maybe it's the origin of the tash. So for some of it, you don't get.
That's a major plot point in this movie.
Well, it's something that I, been questioning all my life since seeing Empire.
How did he get that moustache?
Yeah. How? Well, it's such a William moustache.
It really is.
Jay, I think we should have moustaches just to.
Well, you have
to honour
one if you just shave the bottom part off.
Yeah.
So, and then Deadline Hollywood had a interview with Donald Glover as well, and they, covered a few different things because he does a lot of different stuff. And then they talked about Star Wars, and he went over his experience with filming. He said that this is probably one of my favourite filming experiences ever. Of course, he's not going to say I hated it. I don't want any more work. But he says for working under a huge conglomerate, it's actually been quite enjoyable and artistic thing. I get to play him in a way that I think is honest and true and cool. And it's great because I didn't have to write anything. I focus strictly on being this guy. Then he goes on to say how he respects Billy D. Williams and all that kind of stuff. And then
we all respect Billy D. Williams.
They asked him about the appeal of Lando. And he says, Lando seems to be a lot of people's favourite character. It's cool. It's a lot of pressure, but it's also very exciting.
Is he a lot of people's favourite character?
I guess so. I know.
Who do you know that he's the favourite character out of Star Wars?
Yeah, I've got a friend who he's his favourite character. Hate him, but
hate him.
And he's one of my favourite characters. I do like Lando. He's awesome. But he just says he was my favourite character too. I grew up on Star Wars. It's just cool to see him again. I feel like people like him because he has a lot of style, and also he's a complicated character in this world. I think even Han isn't as complicated as Lando is. From the first time you meet him, you don't know whether to trust him or not, and you're constantly not knowing whether to trust him. I like that about him. And then Deadline go on to talk about a few other things that aren't just Star Wars related. They go on about his roles in Spider-Man and, his Childish Gambino stuff and all that kind of thing. So yeah, what do you make of that?
I think it's all wonderful stuff. I mean, it's. I'm trying to be honest. The whole Han Solo film thing is just. I'm trying not to think about it because I don't really know what to expect from it, and so I'm just trying to. I'm hoping it's going to be good. But until I start seeing footage from it, I don't think I'm going to get excited about it.
Okay, well, maybe you'll see something quite soon. D23's right around the corner, so there could be a little teaser trailer on the way.
Yeah, could be. All right, well, that's very, very interesting. I also noticed that Woody doesn't look any different in the picture next to Donald.
No,
so I guess either he's going to be wearing a lot of prosthetics or he looks just like Woody.
It'd be quite cool if he was an alien, wouldn't it?
It would be cool. Well, they should make him like the alien that he would have been in the original Ralph McQuarrie designs. You know, the Han Solo characters.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That would be cool.
That's a good idea, Colin. And if they do it, that's on you.
Well, again, they really need to start employing us because we've got all the ideas here. This little think lab that we've got here, they're missing out.
They really are.
They really, really are. So, my next bit of news from around the rim, I'm going to say that as many times as I can, is Joel Edgerton really wants to return to a galaxy far, far away. Now, I'm going to try and guess who Joel Edgerton is.
Okay.
Now, so from this title, it sounds like he's already been in one of the Star Wars films.
Maybe. But do you know who Joel Edgerton, the actor, is, for one?
No, that's what I'm
He's a very
saying.
good actor.
No, I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him.
Okay.
So, is anyone... Right, I don't think if most people listening will know who Joel Edgerton is.
I think they will.
Do you?
Yes.
Right, well, apart from a Star Wars film, what else has he been in?
He's been in Warrior with, what's his name, Tom Hardy. He was in The Gift, which is an awesome movie. So he's in lots of things. I could
Okay,
get his
I've not seen
IMDb
either
up
of
and
those.
go through loads of different movies.
All right. Okay, so who would he have been in?
Shall I tell you?
Go on then, because I don't think I can guess.
So in Attack of the Clones, he's Uncle Owen.
Right? Oh.
Right.
Is he Australian?
Yes.
Oh.
So
That's a good guess.
So yeah, he so obviously he's been in Star Wars, and he really wants to come back to it. And
Attack of the Clones. He wasn't in Attack of the Clones.
He was in.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He was in Attack of the Clones and in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah, he's in
Right?
both. Yeah.
I mean, they handed Luke to him right at the end of the movie. Well, they handed to Baru, and then he turned up and looked at the sun.
Oh yeah. That bit looks well CGI. Have you looked at that recently?
The whole movie looks CGI, dude.
No, but like really, really, really bad. That bit is terrible.
I'll have to recheck it.
Anyway,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, he really wants to be back in here, and he's just like, hey, give me a role, okay? So here's.
Oh,
where
so he doesn't
goes.
want to be Uncle Owen then?
Maybe, right? So he had an interview with the Business Insider, and he has an idea for Uncle Owen's return. Right?
What, in the new
Owen.
trilogy?
Not in the new trilogy. He wants an Owen movie, right? So here he goes. I like the idea that Uncle Owen is one of those guys who has done some... Right, let me start again. I like the idea that Uncle Owen is one of those guys that has done some super cool shit, but just never bragged about it. My idea is that he could go out and have some adventure and then come back and slips back into that unassuming moisture farmer role. Edgerton said, everyone talked about Obi Wan being super cool. Owen secretly knows that he was there and he did some cool shit too, right? So he's like, he really wants to do that. However, he doesn't care if he's Owen, because he recently saw Colin Trevorrow, who's going to be directing episode 9. And he said, I saw Colin yesterday, not you, Colin Trevorrow. And I was like...
I don't mind directing episode 9.
And he was like, dude, Star Wars me. And he's like, you've already been in the Star Wars world. And he was like, yeah, I could be someone else. So he's like,
okay.
Just put me in.
Well, it could easily be someone else.
He really could. So then, he doesn't, he's got plenty of work, so he can do other movies.
Well, that's what
But
you're telling me, Jay. I'm still not
said,
sure I believe it.
My pitch to all of them is there's definitely some Owen possibilities. But also, I was only in the movie for a pinch of time. So how about I play someone else? I can do Boba Fett. I'll just never take off the mask. I'm down with that. Right?
Me too. He's happy to not take the mask off. He's cool, man.
Right? You've got a good actor, and he's like, look, I'll do it. I won't take the mask off. I just want to be in it. Just give me a damn role, right? And that's kind of what we want with...
yeah, 100%
you know, like Carl Urban did with Dredd. He was like, I don't care. I'll keep the mask on.
Yeah,
I just want to be the character. So if this guy wants to be Boba Fett, and they want to have a cool Boba Fett, why not? I mean, I know it means we'll probably be stuck with the accent, which I don't like. I want to go back to the old voice, but that's never going to happen now.
Well, no, they can still get Matey Boy to dub him.
Well, no, because he's dead. But, you know, but what I'm saying is...
He gets someone else to dub him.
He's still going to have a good sport accent, you know, and I don't really get it. But the old one was better.
But to be fair, Uncle Owen could very easily be in a Obi-Wan film. Uncle
Owen could have not died. He just put someone else's skeleton there, and he's actually Boba Fett.
Well, if he's this badass that this bloke thinks he is, he maybe just had a few skeletons lined up just in case.
Yeah, like
and actually him and Brew were the stormtroopers that walked out. So stormtroopers walked in, they killed the stormtroopers, nicked their costumes, and burnt them.
But unfortunately, I choose to believe that what happened in Troops is what actually happened.
Yeah.
Right? That, to me, is what actually happened.
That's canon.
And no matter what anyone says, I will not have it any other way. That's what happened. I love that idea, that they just had
but definitely,
domestic and blew themselves up.
If they're going to do an Obi-Wan film, then easily Uncle Owen could be in that.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be the most obvious thing. But yeah, I mean, look, anyone could be a multitude of characters in Star Wars. Look at Warwick Davis.
Yeah, right. But you know what? I think they should get him back in there because, you know, he has been in Star Wars. Like, they've put other people who have been in it in the past just in cameo roles as aliens and stuff. And the guy really wants to be in it. He's like, look, just put me in it. So why not?
I think he's a greedy bugger. I really want to be in it. So he can bugger off, and I'm going to have that role. I'll be Uncle Owen.
Oh, that would be amazing. If you were Uncle Owen, yeah, I think it would get an Oscar.
You could be Aunt Beru.
I could. Look.
You got it down. Yeah. And also, if I was Boba Fett, I wouldn't have the Australian accent.
No. What accent would you have?
This one, because it's amazing.
Oh, you wouldn't even put a voice in, you just talk like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very covert.
You're no good to me, dead.
Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold.
Yeah. He doesn't say much else. What else is it?
What if he doesn't survive? He's
worth a lot
to me.
Yeah. Gov. Bloody hell, Darth.
Right, anyway, so that's...
Let's have a cuppa.
That's Joel Edgerton's piece that he wanted to say. And you know what? I'm behind him. So...
Well, I'm in front of him.
It's like a human centipede. Oh, shit.
Ew.
I'm in the wrong place for that.
You are, man. You get the last bit. I'm in the best position. Right, okay. Let's talk about some other news from around the rim, Jay. Someone else that I've not heard of, Steve Sansweet, appeals to fans to help him retrieve... Oh yeah, I saw this. Over 100 items stolen from Rancho Obi Wan.
This is a serious bit.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It really does suck. So Steve Sansweet runs Rancho
I do know who he is.
And, you know, he's had a ton of stuff stolen, and it was by someone that was close to him as well. So this piece of shit...
That's the shit,
Carl Edward Cunningham. You know, what the hell? And he's gone and
Carl, he's let us down.
And so he got arrested, which is a good thing. But you know,
I hope Batman branded
the stuff that was stolen has been sold off. So you know, people all over the place have gone and purchased this stuff off eBay and stuff like that. And the appraisal amount of all of it is over $200,000. So there's a lot of stuff and a lot of rare stuff there too, which you know. Rancho Obi Wan, it's his collection for one, which it sucks. You know, if you're a Star Wars
it's a personal collection. Yeah.
Star Wars fans have this beautiful. There's like a family feel to us. Like you know, you meet other Star Wars fans, you instantly have a common thing that you love, and you honestly you generally get on straight away. You know, and if someone collects, you're never really jealous of their collection. Like, oh man, I wish I had that. Sure. But you're kind of like, dude, that's so cool. It's so good that you've got that. And we have this thing where we love to see people who love the thing we love enjoy it and do well with it. Yeah, we really are. And, you know, you can go and visit Rancho Obi Wan, and you can go and look at this collection and see, and it's all looked after and preserved. And because some of these things are rare, you want to know that whoever's collecting it isn't just treating it like crap. You want to know that they look after it and they make sure it's kept in the best way. And Steve Sansweet's been doing this for a long time. As I say, you can have tours of Rancho Obi Wan. You can go and view these items. It's something a lot of people travel a long way to go and see. And so for someone like who'd been close to him for a long time to you know, steal this stuff and start selling it off, it is just really, really shitty. And you know, fans that if they have purchased them, they should still try and get them back to him, because they weren't sold honestly, you know. So he's put out this appeal, which I'll put the link in the bottom of this video for it, just asking people to try and help to get these items back. So yeah, I mean, this is.
I mean, also, those people might not necessarily know that they bought and dodgy sold and stuff.
No. And it's you know, it's quite unlikely. Maybe there's a few people that might have known, but I'm guessing that most people wouldn't be aware.
Yeah, they just think they've had this really great find. You know, it's like, wow, I can't believe I found this, and you know, they've managed to get hold of it.
How did the matey boy think he was going to get away with it?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he thought he'd get away with it. It's crazy, isn't it? Maybe he just thought there was so much stuff.
Did he like nick it over time, like a different thing every week?
I think so. I think he's done it over time. Yeah.
Bit like when you get a pencil from the office stationery.
Yeah, kind of like that, right? And
yeah.
But you know, yeah, I hope that the honesty of fans comes through on this, and that they do manage to get everything back, because we all love Star Wars. We all love to keep the preservation of old Star Wars stuff that you can't get anywhere. And, you know, a lot of people do try and help those guys to find items, you know?
I do.
So, yeah, I wanted to add this to the end of the show, just to try and get the word out there a bit more. I saw that Kevin Rubio had posted this actual appeal on our page, and I also posted the article a few days before that as well. So, yeah, you know, if anyone has bought anything and you're watching this, please do try and get in touch with those guys. I know Steve Sansweet and Rancho Obi Wan are on Twitter, and you can just hit them up on there and, you know, get in touch with them and get the stuff back to them.
Or you can check our Facebook page for the link.
That too, or underneath this video when you like this video.
Oh yeah, when you're liking this and reviewing it and telling us how great we are, or the podcast, you know, we'd love a review on the podcast.
We really would.
Yeah, just let us know how awesome we are.
Yeah.
But you can't give us back, because we're here to stay.
So, Colin, I think that's the end of the show then.
It is, my old chum.
We've reached our nice half-hour slot. It's gone just over, but I think it's pretty good going.
My bandwidth always goes after half an hour anyway. So.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Right, so we're going to finish up there. You can find us on the Taylor network of podcasts.
You can.
Which has a whole bunch of other podcasts.
Some brilliant ones on there. If you're really into comics, there's been some fantastic interviews on there recently. That on Sunday Comics Podcast, Al's been interviewing a few different people, and I can't remember their names, so I'm not going to go into that. But some really good interviews. Also, if you're a fan of the Birds of Prey comic series or the TV show The 100, Shauna and Julie Benson, the writers from those, he did a two-part interview, one on Gotham by Geek, where they talked about the Birds of Prey comics, and then on Nothing's On, they did a discussion around The 100, which is great as well. So just check them out. There's a great podcast on there as well.
And where can the viewers find you on Twitter, Colin?
At Captain Colin. Someone just rang my doorbell, which is why the dog's going mental.
And you can find me on Twitter at EagleEye1933. So that's it for us this week, and until next time,
punch it, Chewie!
May the Force be with you.
All right.